It's the hope that kills you. This is the problem with having City in the league, man. It's
Yeah.
such a scam. It's such a fucking scam. It just to maintain the referee's image.
I just wanted to quickly run through the game week fixtures. I know we've had some interesting fucking games this week. I want to start with the Liverpool fixture. Abhinav, are you guys missing Salah? It doesn't look like it.
No, definitely we are missing Salah. I think if you look at XG, I think we did create a lot of chances, but I don't think we are creative enough. Like Darwin keeps missing stuff, but I don't know, man. I think Salah should be there because if Salah's there, Gakpo can play on the right. I think they can combine well. But yeah, I think Salah should be back, and there's a long list of injuries. Even Trent is not back to his form, so yeah hopefully.
Dude, that game, if I just look at the stats, just sounds ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats.
24 shots. Burnley has 10 shots. Like, it just feels like an end-to-end, like a typical.
I'm telling you, Burnley had better chances. We had 2 shots. We had all of them were like these weak ass chances from outside, from wherever. But Burnley had like 2 gilt-edged chances. If we do the same shit against City or Arsenal or Man United, you're gonna bury us completely. It's done. Like obviously the backline was kind of makeshift because Konate was injured. Konate was suspended rather. I think Gomez was injured and everything flew was all of that. But
Gomez is also injured, huh?
I think there's a flu or something I think that's why Alisson and Gomez didn't play. But the chances that Burnley got, I mean, they should have just buried them at least. And the most ridiculous of all, the second goal which Liverpool scored, it was never a goal, man. I have no, referees are fucking blind. I mean, I'm glad, I'm happy that Liverpool got that, but I think the way McAllister fouled him, he felt something. The guy who he fouled didn't feel anything, and he was just kind of standing there like nothing happened. And the game went on and the goal was given. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, this is why players die. If you can't find these fouls in real time, especially with, okay, forget about real time, at least after, like with VAR and all that, if you can't find these things, then yeah, absolutely the players will try to deceive you.
Do you think the VAR is puts too much weight on the on-field decision and like
VAR is a scam, and I mean this is probably a topic for some other time. But the whole that on the benefit of doubt and what do you call it? We should not interfere unless there is too much, because they want to kind of go with the on-field call, and that is what do you call that? Clear and obvious thing. It's such a scam. It's such a fucking scam. It's just to maintain the referee's image. That's all they do.
Yeah, I don't know who's asking for this, bro. Again, only sport where we have fucking referee in between that shit. Why, bro?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, there's already 22 players playing. Like, you don't need fucking 23rd player. And bro, I was watching this, okay? Referees, right? They don't know which position to take in the fucking pitch, by the way. I see them in between set pieces. Like when there's a counter going on, like standing in like a channel where you can pass the ball. Yeah. Right? And no one holds them accountable for that shit. Yeah. It's just like, yeah.
I mean, it's just that if you try to change it, I mean, if you're being too radical, you're changing the game, you're the English tradition. This is what we lived with for 20 fucking years or for 40 years or so, and people just call you out. But it's
I just wanted to ask you both an opinion, right? Next 5 games for Liverpool before they face Man City are Brentford, Luton in the Premier League and Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, and in between they have sandwiched like Chelsea final against TFL and Southampton at Cup. I think Southampton is a tricky fixture because they've been like on form, on fire, like they're steamrolling through the championship. What are your thoughts? Like, you think you'll win 3 out of 3 in the Premier League and the 2 fixtures in between, or
we don't win 3 out of 3 before City comes to Anfield? The league's done. The league's fucking done. Look at the teams like Brentford, Forest, or I think Luton, right? If you don't get 9 points out of those 3 games, league's done. And if we play like we played against Burnley, and if more people are injured and if we're not at full strength, I think people will punish us. We'll be caught off guard. So definitely 9 points. And look at the way Arsenal's playing. Look at the way City's playing, right? Yeah. So definitely. And I think this time there are no more draws and everything. When City come to Anfield, we have to win that if we want to win the league. But that's it.
All right.
Okay, I want to remind Abhinav that you didn't get the points in Luton almost like that last
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Last time, exactly. That was like the last minute Diaz scored like 1-1 or some bullshit like that, right?
Yeah, that was the day he came back after his dad was found.
Exactly. I still can't forget the Darwin miss, man, that which was at 0-0.
Oh yeah,
I remember
shit.
that. Oh my god.
Dude,
Right.
Luton have been really good. Like, I'm a sidebar, but Luton have been really good.
And then they lost.
Yeah.
Just a
Maybe
disclaimer.
they get 6 points. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Luton's hard. Dude, even Brentford's really hard. Like, with Tony back, right? Brentford looks really...
The
With
thing
injuries, right? It's
The
hard.
thing is, I think Brentford is a okay matchup for Liverpool because Liverpool are decent with set piece defending. In my opinion, is they're like good and like this they possess a lot of aerial threat. They will just get over the midfield. Like they will completely bypass the midfield of Liverpool and try to get there. But I trust Van Dijk and Konate or whoever is playing next to him enough to like actually deal with it.
This is the problem with having City in the league, man. They don't let us kind of breathe and say we have hard games. They just want you to win games. That's it. I mean, there are tricky games. There are like Villa away, Brentford at home, whatever. These are tricky games where an occasional 1-1 draw is okay. But no, City won't let you have that. That's fucked up.
Fair.
Yeah.
Vamsi, moving to the other European spot contenders, Newcastle, Tottenham. Game was tied at 2-2 at halftime.
Yeah.
And sounds like there's some controversial decisions.
Wait, Newcastle and Forest, right?
Newcastle
I mean,
Forest.
Yeah, dude. What, dude? It was like a boxing match, okay? And one prime boxer came out really well, Bruno Guimaraes. Couple of goals, very important goals. Scored a banger goal to take Newcastle through. But honestly, I feel very bad for us selling Anthony Elanga. Like for how much we're struggling. Elanga was really, really good yesterday. Gibbs White was really good. And dude, Newcastle didn't have that much attacks. They were all like, dude, they at one point in the game, they had like 7 defenders on the pitch yesterday after 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Forest were really good. They were whooping Newcastle, but Newcastle typical smash and grab. They're behind United right now on the table, if I'm not wrong. Like,
yeah. They're 7th. They're sitting 7th. If we win this game, we're 5 points clear. Otherwise, we're only 2 points above.
Yeah, and I really hope we win this game because Newcastle are getting all their like top players back into the squad. Isak didn't play. Gordon played.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. Like, this is the second year into their project. Last year, they clearly overachieved. But do you think they should continue on this Eddie Howe train, or is there any other manager out there that they should try to like just get in?
Should absolutely continue on Eddie Howe train because dude, he's built a squad, man, and this squad like clearly listens to him. And the money they invested this year was good. Like I really liked Tonali, Guimaraes, and like Joe Linton and these boys. But next year, right? A good question, yeah, because next year apparently a lot of contracts are up at Newcastle.
Contracts are up. Okay.
Yes, a lot of player contracts are up, and so a more considerable investment would probably need to go into the squad. Like Joe Linton is up, a couple boys like Wilson, I think, is coming up. But Almiron is coming up. I think there were some Saudi rumors for Almiron in the middle of the season in Jan. Yeah. So there's some key players with contracts up. So a lot of money has to go in. Now Newcastle board has to decide, do we keep the manager or we get a new one and like buy those kind of players. Yeah. And it all depends on if they can get Europe this year. If they can get Europe, they can attract good talent and they can just keep Eddie Howe and invest. But if they don't get Europe, then they'll have to change manager and which I low-key want.
Yeah, you mentioned some shout. Could you elaborate?
No, yeah. No. I think even if they get Europe, and I think right now the way Newcastle is, it's Mourinho's wet dream at this point. Premier League, unlimited amount of money you can, and you get the pull of Europe and all of that, and coming back to doing whatever the 2 to 3 years of thing that he does and leaves. It's prime.
Third year he'll make money.
He'll make money. That's the thing. It is Newcastle is a prime Mourinho subject at this point. Something happens. Let's just say maybe the Conference League, Europe League doesn't matter. You just finish there, and then Mourinho will come in, and then he'll do his shit.
So name a more successful Conference League manager.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tattooed man. Like how? What?
Yeah.
it's not a big achievement, but like he
Dude,
got all
he
the three
has
scoping
tattoo of
tattoos.
it, bro, on his fucking arm.
But like I think the way that they're playing, like Mourinho might be really, really interesting. Like think about it. Like, he might actually drive Pep out of the league. So,
Could be.
think about it. And the funny thing is that like St. James's Park was Mourinho's voodoo. Like he never won it during his first stint at Chelsea. I think in the second stint at Chelsea, he went there and won for the first time in like 5 seasons. So
Damn, I didn't know this. Damn,
Yeah.
really?
yeah, it's an intense. Like he always he always dropped points at St. James's Park, and like he has a really, really hostile, like the
Reception.
yeah, like the Juventus crowd. Like so it'll be like a fucking slap on their faces if they get Mourinho. I'm like, now they'll be in a conundrum.
I'm telling you, both of them need each other. Newcastle need Mourinho, and then the circus it comes with him because it'll get them more publicity and it'll put them in limelight. And
Yeah.
Mourinho needs Newcastle because obviously the money is going to make in third year. So
Dude,
Yeah.
but like to be fair to Eddie Howe, right? I think he's managed Newcastle incredibly well.
yeah, no,
Where from Bournemouth, bro, he was out of a job. Now he's on par with like literally Ten Hag, Emery, and like bunch of these boys, and like our Wonder Boy, De Zerbi, and all these people. Like there's a lot of good boys, and he's proven. Yeah, but like that's the scene.
It'll be interesting. I don't know. Like to your point, I just wanted to say like Europe. The definition of Europe to attract players will at least be Europa. I don't think conference will be like too great. But let's see. No matter, regardless of what happens, I think Mourinho will be like fun. Dude. Like, I want him
That's
back.
it, right? Yeah, Johnny boys.
Yeah. Did anyone catch the City game? I woke up hopeful at 0-0, and then like as soon as I woke up, they scored a goal, bro. I'm like, shit.
Dude, I capped Alvarez instead of Haaland, and then I was just like, what the fuck did I do?
Got the
I
assist.
saw both the goals though, like De Bruyne, crazy ball to Haaland. Haaland
That's a
literally
goal, right?
finishing Jared Branthwaite, bro. Did you see that?
Bro, our scouts are behind him, bro.
literally, I watched that goal just for him. 6'5" on 6'5", 200 pounds on 200 pounds. Erling Haaland, Branthwaite, after the duel, wakes up from the ground and he starts looking at his hand. Like, what just happened?
He's just slapping himself. This is real.
Yeah, he's looking at his hand like, what just happened right now? Yeah,
But-
but Haaland doing a Haaland.
But
Yeah.
we are okay. But like as a fellow title chasing fan, like how frustrating is it to see 70?
I mean, see, the only, I mean, I was watching the game. I mean, I didn't have many hopes on Everton and whatever they do, right? But the only question I had was City going to score a goal before De Bruyne comes in or after De Bruyne comes in? And I think it's mincemeat, man, for them. They
They
don't
did
have.
both, right?
Sorry.
They did both, right? Before the
No, they scored after De Bruyne came in, so I think
Yeah,
right after De Bruyne came, they scored. And the way, I mean, if there's an eventuality to City's games, man. Like, I mean, they'll just win. They'll just do whatever. Pep is kind of fucking bastard, but yeah, whatever. Like he's kind of put them on autopilot for the last couple of seasons. I mean, look at this, right? De Bruyne was missing, Haaland was missing, and even I don't know, Gundogan left and everything, and still they're there. They're still there. Even after.
They had to travel halfway across the continent for the Club World Cup, like miss a bunch of
all
games.
of that shit, and then they have a game in hand, and they're still there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, as long as Rodri is there, Pep will keep winning. I
Yeah.
think Rodri is like the pin that holds everything together in City. They're a completely different team when Rodri doesn't play. Like Nunes and Kovacic can't win you a game. I'm sorry, like good players, but
So quickly, right? Like before they arrive at Anfield, City actually have like some tricky fixtures, right? They have the Champions League, which is I think on autopilot against Copenhagen, regardless of how impressive they were in the season. They have Chelsea visiting, they have Brentford visiting, they have to go to Bournemouth, they have Luton at home to FA, and they have their friendly neighbours United come to town. Before they go to Anfield. Like so, there are some trickiness. And I think, Abhinav, if you arrive at City's game with all wins under your bag, like Liverpool with the trophy, FA Cup cleared, and stuff like that, I think because of all these games, you have an opportunity to mount a lot more pressure on City before that game eventually happens. Because Okay, of all these games, Chelsea is probably a joke because they're probably going to steamroll them at home. But
Bro, it was 4-4 last time. Remember, some random frenzy happened.
but like I don't think that's going to go down this time. Like now they have KDB back, they'll be more clinical. And City rarely like drop points twice to the same team unless it's like Liverpool and stuff.
Or
like that.
Brentford last
Yeah.
Or
season.
Brentford, yeah.
But last season. So I'm hopeful for Liverpool actually. I feel like at least there are 2 games in here where City have a tough run and where they can drop points. Hope we have to get some points against them because for us it's really important for our top 4 race. So I hope there are some tougher fixtures and we do you a favor, bro.
It's the hope that kills you. It's the hope that kills you. That's it.
Dude, so I think City have 2 games this game week and Liverpool have 2 games this game week. Both of them have a double game week this game week. So
Yeah.
So I think post this week, I think our viewers will enjoy this. Like post, we should review both the games, of course. I think post this week though, I think we'll have a clear idea on the. TV's away, but we'll have a clear idea on where we'll end up on the title race. So
No, just one last comment on that. I think basically before City Liverpool, we have like midweek fixtures with the Champions League and Europa League. I think that's going to kind of definitely we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. And good thing is that because you guys finished top of the Europa, you don't
Have to wait till March.
We have to wait till March. So that is after the City fixture. So at least you have no distractions on that.
No. The City fixture is sandwiched between the 2 Europa fixtures.
Oh really? Shit.
Yeah.
It could be good though. It could be good. It just depends on how you arrive. I think, like Nihal was saying, like.
But I don't think that club has treated like Europa as a second class like Mickey Mouse thing.
No, I think they've been okay. I mean, I think especially the final is in Dublin, man. Dublin is like second Liverpool Anfield sort of thing. So I think they definitely are going to go for it. Because I'm telling you, by March we'll know for sure if you're going to win the league or not. By the end of March, and at that point of time, we'll definitely focus on Europa League.